Today we are going to show you how to make a Chinese knotted necklace with jade or any rounded object you have, like this one, and with an adjustable strap in the neck. For the supplies, you will need some type of Chinese knotted thread. We have different color and different size. This one is thick, medium, and a thinner one, and some are very thin, so you can make small accessories for a cell phone. We will need a scissor and a lighter. The lighter is to kind of melt the end of the thread so it becomes a solid piece so the thread doesn't run. You also need some type of jade like this one. The first thing is to cut a long piece of the string. I use a thick one, and I have it like double of what you want to have at the end. I have it at least double. You can always have extra and cut it out after you finish. You can design any way you want. There's really no rules. It's all your design decision. If you don't need an adjustable strap at the end, you can use this side as the neck side and the open side as a side for the pendant. If you want to do it this way, you have to make sure the thread is long enough, so after you finish it, you can slide this over your head. If you want to do it that way, you can have the cut side to the pendant. I will just thread it through the center hole, and you can tie it up any way you want. You can do a simple knot, or you can do a complicated knot. There are a lot of books about making Chinese knot. You can also find it on YouTube if you want more complicated knot. And the easiest way is like this. You can make more knot to secure it. And when you are happy with the knot, you can cut it off and light up. Just use the edge lightly. See it start to melt at the edge, and then when it's still hot, you can use a metal piece like a scissor to kind of tap it, so now the end will not run. If you do the same way very closely to the knot, you will melt it to the knot, so it will be a solid knot and it doesn't run loose easily. That's an easy way of make a necklace. Now I'm going to show you how I do something like this. So you fold the thread in half, and you have this go through the center hole like that, and just pull through like that. So that's a very simple way to tie up the pendant with a hole in the middle. You can also do it very easily, just tie a regular knot, but this way it looks neater and it's more flexible. It's not too tight. And the next thing is to make a knot like this. It looks hard, but it's not. We just want to make sure we have enough space here. We'll turn it over and we leave a space here on the top for one of the loop. We need it much longer than the final loop. See, there's a 1, 2, 3 loops. So we do it like that, but make it bigger, make it longer. When you leave longer space, it's easier to work, but not too long so it leaves a big loop at the end. And after you get to this shape, you hold down to the center and lift up the bottom, the 2 thread, and then go over the right side, and then you pick up the one on the right and go over to the next one over the top, and we just keep going. We lift up this one, the top one, and go over to the left. It's a little bit tricky, but it's very simple. And you pick up the left side and go through the first hole on the right, and you pull it tight. You can adjust it for the distance. You can adjust slowly for how big the loop you want. And that's the first loop. And then we do it one more time. Again, I like to do it with the pendant on the top. It's easier. We do it one more time. We pick up from the bottom, go over the top. Remember to leave a loop here, a hole there, and pick up the second one, go over the top one, and pick up the top one, go to the left one, and pick up the left one, and go back through the first loop and pull. Now you can see the loop. Now we adjust the size and make it neater. So that's a very simple Chinese knot. So that's the knot with the pendant. You can part it down. That's how it looks like. And then you have a thread that's long enough to make an adjustable knot at the end. I'll cut it into the same length first. To make the adjustable knot, the easiest way is to lay parallel to each other. It doesn't matter how far because it will be adjustable. You make a knot on each side. For example, the right side, you pick up this line and go over it and just make a simple knot. Go over it, under it, like that, and make a knot. And make it tight. And it's the same on the other side. You pick up this line, go over the other one, and go under it, and go in again. Go into the center, go down and tighten it. And now you can adjust it like that, or you can pull it apart or tighten it. If you leave longer tails, you can make another knot and use a lighter to stop the end from running. Or you can just use a lighter to make this one a little bit shorter and make sure it doesn't run. It's going to melt. And when it's hot, you can adjust it. Make sure you are in a ventilated place because it does smell, the smoke will smell a little bit. And we'll do it on the other side again. Do it slowly, just the tip. Now that's the end. At least we make sure you will not run. You will stay together at the end. Now that's what it looks like. This is the one we just made. You can make it shorter by pulling it or make it longer like that. Another trick to keep this Chinese knot look pretty and stay in place without distorted over time is to apply with some solutions. And you can use the white glue diluted with water and brush over it and let it dry, and it will keep in place. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let us know if you have any comment or suggestions. Thank you.